You see me here with glasses on. Why is that? Well, it's because
I can't see. I'm legally blind.
for some reason I didn't know that this whole time, that my eyesight is horrible. You know, I was a bit unaware of this only because, you know, I don't consider myself blind. Like, you know, if I take off glasses, it's not a blur. I stole some of my dad's 50 pairs of reading glasses that he has around my house. I was reading some music and found that I was like, you know what? I'm reading this really well. Like, enough for me to focus on it. And that's saying a lot, because it's hard for me to focus anyway in a given setting. And it probably doesn't help that, like, my eyesight probably isn't as clear as it could be. And I was like, wow, you know, I see this music very well. Why don't I live like this? Why is, you know, maybe everything that I see is supposed to be this clear. Anyway, so that spawned a lot of questions, and I realized I'm probably supposed to get some glasses. These are nice, but these are really just for up close. I'm wearing them because I can still see with them, but these are really just for up close. What's on the agenda today? We are going to play a little jazz. For those of you who know, I have a very diverse musical background. I grew up very young playing in the church, actually at my dad's church because he is a pastor. And he had me playing hymns out of the hymn book. I was sight reading hymns and playing them at his church. It's a great time. From about age 5 to 10, I went to a local conservatory and had 2 great teachers. One that taught me for like a year and moved to New York, understandably. And then one who is still one of my friends now in Dr. Adam Bowles, who taught me for about 5 years. He managed my ADHD that I didn't know that I had back then very well. I was running all around his studio. Wonderful time. My mother and father ran out of money to give me some more piano lessons. And so everything I was taught from then on was in the church. And that's when I started learning a few Baptist hymns. And it's also when some friends of mine taught me a little bit about improvising, which helped me play in praise and worship without sheet music, which at the time was just freaking me out. But we've learned since then, and the Lord has blessed me to be able to improvise pretty well, I'd say. Age 15 to current day, I have ventured into jazz a little bit. I started off with smooth jazz. It's a good, you know, bridge, I'd say, between just music that you know today and jazz. But is it truly jazz at its essence? Not really, but it's fine. It's beautiful music. I think it combines a lot of elements. I would say mainly elements of R&B and hip hop with jazz, of course. It was a good bridge for me, and I've kind of found a voice with it. Then at about age 18 is when I started really getting into classical music because of the college that I went to. It's funny, I had to actually like submit sheet music to get in, and I was unfamiliar with that. In fact, I did not use any of the software that people actually use for that. I used Logic Pro. And you know, like the little like note thing, you know, like it'll actually like show you what your sheet music looks like if you like, you know, quantize it and put it in on time. So I just did that and then like manually put in like the dynamics and stuff, and it actually looked pretty decent. That's how we got into Samford University. Love that place. With all that being said, I wouldn't say that I'm completely fluent, but I'd say that I understand a great deal of jazz and classical music and pop music, even to an extent, and hip hop and gospel music because of the way that I was raised growing up in church. So we have a lot of things. I'm still trying to figure out where all that lies, but with classical music specifically, I think what I've embraced more than anything else is just the tradition of performance, just the silence of the, you know, the attention that's given to you as you're performing, you know, the you know, writing things on sheet music, you know, and rehearsing off of the page. And, you know, I think all of that I've learned to love. And I'm also learning how to take all of these influences that I've had growing up and just kind of input it and allow that to be my voice as a composer. So I'm learning a lot. That being said, I'm a pianist too, and I play in pretty much every style there is. And, you know, people do a lot of things. And I say I have a lot of friends in a lot of places. And I think that's cool. I think that's very unique to me. And I think I've learned how to embrace every little piece that I've learned to like a certain genre and things of that nature. So it's cool. It's cool. Anyway, so today I'm doing jazz, and that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna play for some elderly people with some friends of mine. It's gonna be nice. I'll record a little bit and give you a little sneak peek. But anyway, but that's the deal. I'm going to also later on do a little piano practice because I'm rusty. Bye.